Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Jeff, and today we're going to have some fun playing Magic, and we are playing Bant Enchantments, a deck that I'm really excited to be playing with. So Utopia is one of those cards that I built a deck with really early on when it first came out, and just had a blast playing it, and I just haven't really gotten another deck that was different enough to really make it worth playing. And that's one of the reasons I'm really excited about Standard 2021, kind of re-enlivening the Standard format, letting us play some of the older decks that are out there. And this is a deck I'm really excited to be playing again from Theros Beyond deck, all around Constellation, which means whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield, we get some sort of trigger happening. So we have a few different cards that trigger when we have enchantments enter the battlefield. We have Utopia, which is one of my favorite ones here. Whenever an enchantment enters battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 encounter on target creature. That creature gains flying until end of turn. So we can have a Destiny Spinner or an All-Seed of Life's Bounty, which lifelink and all that kind of stuff, just kind of keep getting bigger over and over again over the turns. And we can end up having like 4 or 5 counters put onto it on one turn, and swing in with a flying big All-Seed of Life's Bounty, or a really big Cetessan Champion, which also gets +1/+1 encounters whenever enchantments enter the battlefield by itself, which also draws us cards, gets really big, and we can just be swinging face with a massive Cetessan Champion. So that is a little bit hard to do. These are both 3 drops. We also have to be playing enchantments along the way. So this is not a quick aggro strategy. This is more of a value town, try to win the game over a lot of turns type of strategy. Ish, without like it's the mid-range value town type of deck. You guys get it. All right. We also have Archon of Sun's Grace, which is our last constellation card here. Whenever Pegasus creatures you control have lifelink first off. 4 mana, 3/4. You guys have seen this one. Whenever enchantment enters battlefield under your control, create a 2/2 white Pegasus creature token with flying. Really busted, really powerful. This is kind of our finisher. By itself, it can close out games, and it's just a really powerful card. It's kind of nice to be able to put counters onto this, where a 3/4 doesn't beat everything in the air. It does trade off with a lot of things. Being able to make it a 4/5, you know, a 5/6, whatever, all of a sudden makes this a really big threat, hard to deal with. So all of these cards do work really well together, as well as just kind of being able to use the enchantments in general. So in order to make sure that we actually have these constellation cards working, we need to make sure we actually have enchantments to play with them, enchantments that are worth playing. So as you can see in here, we have 21 enchantments, 20 creatures, which I was trying to get even more enchantments in here, but there's some things that just need to be played. Right now, cycling is a very big deck in the format. You have to squeeze in at least 1 copy of Soul Guide Lantern, just kind of have an option for dealing with that. Since this is my best option for dealing with that, I feel like it was needed here for the most part. Next up, we just have all of our enchantments. All-Seed of Life's Bounty, enchantment creature, being able to have a blocker, being able to give protection to anything. This also gives them protection to our enchantments, which is a gotcha mode. This card is, I don't think anyone really reads it. It's target creature or enchantment you control gains protection from color of your choice for paying 1 and sacrificing it. We oftentimes have a few things underneath Banishing Light, because Banishing Light will come out, or like Frogify, whatever, and Calyx will then put stuff underneath whatever card is out there, whatever things are there, until that enchantment leaves the battlefield. Well, when they go to kill Banishing Light, like some people do have enchantment removal, or heal the odd, whatever it is, we can actually give protection to just enchantments, not only creatures. And so that's actually really nice for this deck. It does get people here and there, and it's amazing. Frogify, just one of the best removal spells that has kind of gone unnoticed. It does leave leave creatures as a 1/1. It makes them a blue frog. They lose all abilities, which is really nice, but they do stay on the battlefield, and if they can destroy it, Frogify, they become whatever they were again. And so it's not a full removal spell, but when we're just trying to make sure that we get enchantments onto the battlefield, we're kind of fine with it. It's okay. We can even target our own stuff to make constellation triggers happen onto things that we don't care about as much, and that's also fine. Maybe onto a Pegasus. So a little bit of dead card at times. It's maybe not as good as maybe you could just going like Omen of the Sea, which, you know, in fact, let's go ahead and go with Omen of the Sea as 1 copy at least here. There we go. But it's just another fun card that we can use here. It does hit a lot of good stuff. Another downside of it is that creatures with +1/+1 encounters, it doesn't really affect them. They still go to power toughness 1/1, but like this doesn't fix a Stonecold Serpent, other than letting it be able to be hit by things that are multicolored, because it loses all of the abilities. So you can end up doing some kind of fun, interesting things there. Next up, we have Destiny Spinner. making all creatures and enchantment spells you control can't be countered. So we get to dodge all of the counterspell decks, which there are quite a few that have been popping up here and there in Center 2021. And so being able to have this available for us as a 2/3. Also, you can then pay 4 mana. Target land you control becomes an XX elemental creature with trample and haste until in turn, where X is the number of enchantments you control. So for 4 mana, as long as you have another 5th land, you can end up making, you know, sometimes a 2/2, a 3/3 just as an additional attacker, or you can end up having lots of enchantments and stuff on the battlefield, and it could be making an 8/8 or something like that every turn. For the most part, we're using this because it's just a value card. This is a card that I think that will be consistently be played a lot more. It counters the counter spells, and it's just a good body for 2 mana. 2 mana, 2/3 with additional text is really, really powerful. This is a great card if you guys are looking for something to fill out your 2-drop slot, like in green decks or whatever. This is just a really powerful card. Warbriar's Blessing just has another enchantment that we can play that also is removal. When it enters the battlefield, it fight a target creature that you bring out and fight a target creature you don't control. You do have to enchant a creature you control. I was just thinking, like, man, you can make someone fight their own creature, but that doesn't quite work. I'm not going to go through every single thing here. You guys get it. Elspeth Conquers Death, Banishing Light, Heliod, Calyx in here as a 3/of, which I think is just really powerful. Let's just go digging for other stuff. It's good removal. For 7 mana, we can return all enchantment cards from your graveyard to the battlefield at once. So if this does ever go off and we get like an Archon of Sun's Grace, and they've been able to remove some other things that go to the graveyard if creatures die, this just becomes really powerful and really big and really awesome. And so let's just go ahead and get into the gameplay, see how this deck does for us, and wish me luck. All right, up against Rouseman. Unfortunately, my audio for myself has gone off. You guys should be able to still hear it, but I won't be able to hear the cues quite as well. We have a lot of Contested Champions and basically nothing else. This hand isn't terrible. Having these is nice. Playing them on turn 3 and nothing else is a little bit sketchy though. And not having, like, we do have the colors we need. I'm going to go ahead and keep it. We have a draw to draw into some other stuff. This is one of the main cards of our deck that I want to be hitting, so sweet. That's not the 2-drop we wanted though. Alrighty, that's fine. Doriel. Doriel is good. Blue mana would have been best. And Uro, yeah, they've got the nuts. Alright, sweet. I'm guessing Cynic or Bant, like ramp or whatever. Yeah, being on the draw here, definitely going to be a hard matchup for us. Warbriar's Blessing is pretty sweet though. As long as this survives, we can then kill Doriel, get a 2/4, have a good blocker for everything that's going to happen. Life might get a little better. It's really weird not playing without sound or anything. Like, I always have.
If nothing else, I will.
Alright, so this is only whenever enchantments enter the battlefield. So if they phase this out while we're playing it, it's going to be a little bit annoying. It might be better to go for another one here. Oh man. We really need white and green mana. We don't have a ton of blue spells. And so I have one Triome in here to be able to give us more white and green stuff. So here's the question. I can play another Contested Champion, which means that even if they do phase one of these out, I can at least draw a card when this enters the battlefield. Or I get them to phase out now. I think I'd rather make sure that I either hit this or get the Elspeth Conquers Death and just get rid of it for the next turn. So we're going to try that out. No attacks past the turn. Yeah, draws a card. So untapped land I think is our best option. Warbriar's Blessing, not a terrible one though. Blue mana would be nice. Got Doriel, Teferi. This is a good deck. This is very bad. We do like playing these longer games out though. They just have gotten very far ahead very quickly, and we'll see if we can catch up. I think it's possible. Calyx also only creature enchantment. You can't. This is one of the biggest downsides of Calyx is that it doesn't hit planeswalkers. It doesn't deal with a ton of big important things to deal with. Cultivate. Okay. Putting Frogify on an Uro seems like a pretty good answer for it. Man. Archon of Sun's Grace. I don't have any enchantments to actually tuck under with Calyx. So I guess we try to draw a card. So Warbriar's Blessing. Run to Cetessan Champion. Try to draw a card here to hit Frogify to at least get rid of the Uro. Alright, they actually let us draw with both. Alright, so now Jolrael, we get to put counters onto it first and draw cards. Sweet. Oh, they let it get a counter as well. Oh, that's the best. And we get blue mana, and we kill Jolrael. Life is great. Sweet. All right, let's go ahead and put this onto Uro. Yeah, Uro now is just a 1/1 with nothing on it. We can draw 2 more cards. Start growing the Cetessan Champions. And there's a Banishing Light. So we have an answer for the Teferi in hand. We also have the Elswith Conquers Death. If we swing in, Uro can then come back before long. So I think that we just play it safe, no attacks. Try to avoid an Ugin, I mean. But even if they do Ugin, we do have some answers at least. Yeah, Ugin is definitely the worst possible thing. Gargaroth we can deal with. It's annoying, but we can deal with it. Yeah, no blocks. We'll keep taking the 1 from Uro. We'll gain more life anyway. Alright, so how much mana do we have? We have 6 mana. So let's go with 10. An Ugin would definitely hurt us a lot here if we go too far. But let's go Destiny Spinner to begin with. Mostly for the ability to counter the creature enchantments, whatever. This also lets us have a hasty creature to be able to bring out at some point with the 4 mana. Now let's go Banishing Light. Unfortunately, this is not a May ability. You can end up drawing yourself out. Get the win before that happens. Hit the Teferi. This is the issue with playing Banishing Light over Elswith Conquers Death, though, is that Ugin comes out, hits the Banishing Light as well, and then we're in a lot of trouble. Maybe I should have just gone for Elswith Conquers Death.
I'll just come back yesterday.
Alright, we have blockers for the Gargaroth. No attacks past the turn. Have to discard a few cards. Alright, so discard, I guess, yeah, tap land, we don't need quite as much. 1 Cetessan Champion, and that's fine. As long as we have 1 to rebuild, we're just going to keep it in hand until we see an Ugin. Or don't, that'd be great too. So, Elswith Conquers Death has a little bit better protection against the Ugin, so we can hit the Gargaroth, and then save Banishing Light for the Ugin. This can't be countered. So, Elswith Conquers Death. I'm liking this deck. It is powerful. If it is able to go off, I think this is the reason why they ought to be playing Bant instead. Bant has a little bit more control, a little bit more answers than just Simic and stuff. Alright, so it works. The ability triggers. Gargaroth will go away. I'm trying to think of anything they can have. Alright, so Sublime Epiphany is a thing they can have. Alrighty. That's... What all does this stop? Activated ability to trigger. Man, alright, well that's bad. Alrighty then. Let's go with Policy Utilized Bounty. Draw an extra card. And I think we hold up the All Seed. And really hope for no Ugin. I mean, Ugin is bad for them too. Discard some cards. Soul Guide Lantern's not very good here. And we'll go with second Destiny Spinner. I think I'd rather hold on to the All Seed Utilized Bounty. Interesting. Yeah, Sublime Epiphany is an amazing card. I do forget about it all the time. Because, like, some people play it, some people do not. We're holding up 6 mana, though. Probably ought to be a little bit careful around it. Build Goose. Attacks with both. Yeah, very, very good. We draw with both. Digging for the Ugin. Ugin, to an extent, does help us out a bit. Alright, so block a Gargroth. If they have any way to like deal with this, we can give it protection, hopefully. So yeah, protection from blue. They're creating another Gargroth though. At least kill one of them. Man, I don't know what you do about that. 2 turns of Sublime Epiphany is a big deal. That's not easy to deal with. Alex Banishing Light, I guess, is what we do. We have 3 mana up, okay.
I am born of Nyx, child of the stars.
Alright, so exile you behind... it's a token, so it doesn't matter, right?
This will cease your
Banishing Light. And we're still in the game somehow. Barely. I want to be able to rebuild in case there is the Uro. So, pass the turn. Sorry, Ugin, not Uro, Ugin. Uro will also probably come back though. Another Frogify helps. Llanowar Visionary. And then we have to start putting pressure with the Arcana Sun's Grace. That does have to happen. Frogify here is nice. This lets them have Uro back, but they already have one, so that's fine. I guess, just in case, block here. And more stuff in the graveyard does somewhat help Calyx here. Alright, so bring back Setessan Champion. We're going to kind of draw through our entire deck here a little bit. We have to finish them before long. So finding ways to give these guys flying and dealing with the Gargroth would be the best. Alright, so take up. Banishing Light.
I am blessed by Nyx.
Okay, Arcana Sun's Grace. Let's just go Frogify. I want to hold on to Banishing Light as an answer for the Ugin. There's our Eutropia. Alright, so we can start giving these guys flying on the next turn, which is nice. That's the dream. Let's go with one I'll see the life bounty as well. A little bit of protection. And pass the turn. Alright, where are we at? 27 cards. Okay. So we have to start actually closing out the game now. That's important. Discarding planes. Yeah, that's fine. I guess Fabled Passage would have been better, but I want to try to find more than one blue source. That'd be nice. Yeah, the mana base in Standard 2021 is really difficult to play around. They have found every single Elder Gargroth. I mean, they've drawn through a lot of their cards too, but still, you'd hope one of them would be in the bottom half of the deck. That's cool. Alright, pass to my turn. Go Fabled Passage. Activate. I'm shuffling now before Calyx digs. A little bit more chance to hit for enchantments. Tropia. They have 6 mana available with the Gilded Goose. I guess, and the Llanowar Visionary. And this is a big deal. This means Gargroth and the Goosies are the only thing that deals with them. Also, things can't be countered. Hopefully they forget about that at some point too. Alright, so try to counter this. Alright, we have a few triggers. So hit the Gargroth. This is Eutropia's ability, so hit here. Unfortunately, it does not give him trample. But we can eventually turn a land into this, then play an enchantment, and that will have trample. We can make it as big as we want. That actually might be the best way to finish him off. We have also Lice Bounties for protection against the Sublime Epiphany. It does counter the ability, though. That's something that we can't really stop here. Not easily. I forgot to tick up with Calyx, too. Sublime Epiphany again. Alrighty. Only stuff that we control. So they're bouncing this. Honestly, with the amount of card draw we have, we may want one of these guys to get bounced anyway. It's going to counter the ability anyway. So I think we go ahead and let that resolve. That's fine. You're going to go with one of these. Oh, they countered this ability. I guess that makes sense. Alright, tick up. Another Elspeth Conquers Death.
Clothis, show me my path.
And the reach on these guys is so annoying. Alright, pass the turn. Discard Temple of Mystery and a Cetessan Champion. Maybe we should have like a Thassa's Oracle in here just in case. I've not gotten to the point where we're doing this much. I do think though that Destiny Spinner, like this is the part they're gonna miss out on, is Destiny Spinner creates a trampling hasty land with 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 4/4 that can get bigger. At some point that hopefully will win. Here comes the Gargs. Everything just that face, so resolve. Being able to kill these guys is very important. Block, block. We have Calyx to get rid of one and then another Calyx. Do I care to kill this now? I guess we go with the Alcide Bounty. This is something... If they had another Sublime Epiphany too, like they've found so many of their best pieces. This has been a little bit ridiculous. The fact that we're still playing against this, like the only thing they haven't hit is the Ugin. And honestly, Ugin would be like a good thing for us in a lot of the instances. Like we've had things in hand that we've been able to deal with it. We'd love for them to get rid of a lot of stuff. The one issue is that we don't have like 5 drops. And so they would just hit all of their 4 drops and get rid of these. Yes, alright, so this is what everyone forgets about. Give Vanishing Light protection from blue. Cetessan Champion doesn't kill this one, but that's fine. We don't let them have the fairy back. There we go. Life is good. Great. I can't remember, does this count as a 5/5, the token? I mean, tokens are 0 cost, but when they're copies, do they count as 5? I can't remember how that works. Let me know in the comments below how that works. Oh, by the way, if you guys are watching everything like that, you enjoy the content, make sure that you like, make sure that you subscribe. I don't ask for those things typically, and I've been falling behind on some people because I've not been asking for it. So if you guys enjoy the content, all that kind of stuff, it's definitely very helpful if you guys will. They're actually drawing through the deck faster than we are, so that could be a good thing. Let's play the planes now. Yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of you behind there. Let's get some stuff going in the air. That's the big thing here. So we need to have something hit the battlefield. Let's go ahead and play out Calyx, number 2. I can get rid of the Uro behind what? A Banishing Light, which just gets hit by Ugin. Like, they're going to hit Ugin at some point, right? Unless they don't have it, but that's unlikely. Let's just go Elspeth Conquers Death here first. Hit Uro. Get rid of it. It's here. And let's get rid of, I guess, Gilded Goose. Alright, let's check out Destiny Spinner.
I am blessed by Nyx.
Swing, swing. Holding on to enchantment so we can trigger things every turn is important. Alright, down to 29. How many cards have we drawn? They're at 18, we're at 19. They have how many big things? So if they do Ugin, they get to kill everything. Except our else with Conqueror's Deaths. Alright, they found the Ugin. Alright, we knew it was coming. That's fine. It's big, it's bad. Destiny Spinner now is actually amazing because we can bring it out, play some enchantments, and have it hit in afterwards. So I'm assuming they're going to go for X4 to be able to hit Calyx, Frogify, everything on bars, and Gargroth stays on the battlefield. But that leaves us our Else with Conqueror's Death, which will start triggering when we get some good things back. We can kill the Gargroth here, though. So I guess we do that. I mean, if they don't go for the actual hit, that's fine. What do they kill? Eutropia? I guess here, we actually block here instead. Alright. 6 is not that big of a price to pay. Alright, so X5, they actually do get rid of the Else with the Conqueror's Deaths. They get back to Fairy, which is a big deal. Very big deal. Alright. Fable Passage. I'm not sure how much we're wanting to actually draw here. We're at 18, they're at 16. I'm not sure how many turns it'll take them to actually kill us here, especially with Banishing Light to be able to get rid of the Ugin. They probably will find another one before long, though. Let's go... We know we have hit all of our Else with the Conqueror's Deaths. Eutropia could be pretty nice. Alright. Cetessan Champion. So I can play Eutropia into Destiny Spinner. As the trigger's on the stack, I can then use Eutropia to be able to then kill to Fairy, potentially. And then still play the Banishing Light. I don't think I have quite enough there. Alright, so Banishing Light hit to Fairy. Okay, that's fine. This is actually better. So we actually get to kill all of them. Wait, no. Alright, hit the Ugin. Okay, now Destiny Spinner. Oh, we're one land short. We'll be able to just kill this. That's fine. Alright, Arcana Sun's Grace. This feels like they have another Ugin. It's a high chance that they have at least 2 in the deck. I don't know, some people will play just 1. I'm guessing 2. 3 seems like it'd be a little bit of overkill, though. Cetessan Champion will stay around even if they do play it, though. Raisin Bar... Oh, that works to do. Right. Oops. Oh. That. And we get to Banishing Light again, right? So they get to kill Arcana Sun's Grace and Destiny Spinner, and to Fairy if they go for 4. So it just does 3 there, that's fine.
I will destroy if I must.
Brings back an Uro. Our stuff can be countered again. I'm assuming they have all 6 Sublime Epiphanies in the deck. Down to 10 cards left. I mean, they have to kill us before long, right? I mean, the longer we just let this last, it's the best. Here, let's do this. So, Eutropia. They could have Counterspell here. I'm expecting Sublime Epiphany at some point. Banishing Light comes out. We get to trigger a few different things. So, first off, hit Ugin. This goes on to Cetessan Champion.
I have greater matters to attend to.
Frogify onto the Uro. We've not seen the second Ugin yet, right? Okay, onto Archon. Heliod is interesting. Alright, play Heliod. Something with Indestructible is nice. Again, it doesn't get through Ugin, but it works better with Calyx, which we do have another one of those. Let's go ahead and put it onto... I guess Archon of Sun's Grace again. Alright, so if they have another Brazen Borrower, which I'm assuming is it's high likelihood, we want to make sure this dies. So both at Teferi. Their life total doesn't matter as much as their library here. It could come into play, but it's not as big of a deal. The only thing I'm wishing I'd been able to do is also less bounty so they don't bounce this again here.
I must have missed something.
I mean, and the scry, I didn't see what they kept on top or not. Oops. We'll see, we'll see. Dude, Ugin is just so good. There's the Brazen Barber. Yeah, resets the board again. But again, they have to kill us before they mill out. Or have a Thassa's Oracle, which I doubt that this deck has. Very highly doubt. Dude, this is an intense game. Long game. I don't typically do all the long games, so all those sticking through this one, I appreciate you. Destiny Spinner would be a pretty good draw here. I don't even know. Yeah, being able to stop the counter spell would be really nice. And it's Fairy Master of Time. Alright, yeah, draw more cards.
All right.
Discard more things.
Who's ready for a good time?
Three Brazen Borrowers gone, so most likely one left. Trope, yeah. A Temple of Plenty. I just want to see if it's worth drawing here. I don't think that we have many answers anymore. I guess Shadow Disguise or something would be nice. I don't think we want to be drawing. So let's go Archon of Sun's Grace. Trophy of Vanishing Light. Alright, so they can phase out Archon to not let us have a 2-2. Alright, so they will. That's fine. How can Ugin actually kill us in time? Like, Uro might actually be the bigger threat here. Or, sorry, Uro. So I'm trying to think. So 7 turns, if they dealt 3 damage to us every single turn, it's still, that'd be 21 points of damage. What's on board and everything like that, but with Archon being able to be on the battlefield, I'm pretty sure it will be able to hit at some point. So I actually think that we go for Uro instead. It's kind of funky here, but yeah. Allseed Life's Bounty to get Eutropia out of range of the Ugin hit here. So we have another blocker, and it's good. And we have protection for the Banishing Light from the 4th Brazen Borrower. I think that we're gonna mill them out here. I think that I haven't had a game this long in so long. Alright, draws a card. Yep. Down to 5. Yeah, keeps growing the Joriel. We're at 22. That's a high life total. Ugin can -3. Kills their board, but it does kill Eutropia. They have another Ugin. It's pretty good. They also get the Banishing Light for the Uro, which just draws them more cards. So X3. Yeah, okay. They went for it. That's cool. Draw another card, why don't you? Mill yourself out more. I mean, maybe they do have the Thassa's Oracle, and I've just been like if they had the hindsight to play Thassa's Oracle in a deck like this, then I mean, bravo. I don't know how often that this is how you win, but I mean that's cool. I don't see any possible way that they can kill us in 4 turns. They can bring back another Uro. I guess, is it technically 5 turns? I mean, which is cool. But they also are drawing faster if they hit us with Uro, so no. Doriel. Lucy. Omen of the Sea. Alright, we are going to swing in just to gain life here. Swing it to Fairy, make him force block with the Gilded Goose. I can flash in Omen of the Sea. They have another one, huh? Flash in here. Another Arcanist's Grace is pretty decent. That's basically, like, our life total is the only thing they can really interact with here, unless they have the Thassa's Oracle, so... if they want to double block to kill this, great. That's fine. We still gain 3 life. We have a blocker for Uro. They just let Teferi go. Yeah, they want more power in the air.
Like
Alright, so then Setessan Champion. And Arcanist's Grace. Pass the turn. Alright. Oh man, this game is intense. They can't swing in with Uro, not really. But they also have to. Alright, good. So chomp, block, and block. Oh, I forgot about that. That's a thing, huh? 4, so everything becomes a 4/4. Alright, yep, that's fair. Still, we don't take a lot. Down to 17, back up to 22. Have one more turn to try to hit with this. Oh gosh. Oh no, I forgot about Joriel's ability. No. What do we even have left in the deck? That actually kind of helps a lot. Like, as far as we only have 1 Castle Ardenvale in the deck, and that stops 4 points of damage. If they swing in with Uro again, they're dead here. Gains a bunch of life. Yeah, good for you. That's cool. They would have won with Thassa's Oracle last turn if they had it, right? I guess we weren't empty-handed, but whatever. Alright, so 5/5s. Everything becomes 5/5s. We can block how many things? Do they swing in with Uro? Do they forget? They do not. Alright. Alright, so bring out the token. Alright, so... yeah, so 15 points of damage. It is good game. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else they can do here. Oh my goodness, dude, what an insane game. 9 cards left, 8 cards left once we draw. Then they go to their library. Plays the Ugin to finish things off. If we hadn't had another blocker. Oh man, alright, so deals it down to 7. So we still would have had 2 life here even if we didn't do anything else. Alright, so there's Calyx. Goes for out, good game. Alright. We got him there. Whew! What a game! Oh my goodness. That was an insane game. Against what I think is probably the best deck in Standard 2021 right now. Like, my deck is good, but it's not Bant, ramp stuff, whatever. It's not Bant, it's Simic. But, I mean, it's a really good deck. And we totally took him. Alright, Banishing Lights, Heliod's. This isn't amazing, but it is an answer for lots of stuff. And we hope and pray that Oh, is this cycling actually? I guess Soul Guide Lantern is the answer that we have for cycling, so we go for it. Yeah, it looks like cycling. These are the two best decks that we just face up against. So if we can take down cycling, the one Soul Guide Lantern as an answer may come into play. Temple of Plenty. Yeah, we'll keep Temple of Mystery. That's actually really good here. Gives us our colors. The Triumph doesn't really help us a ton with our colors necessarily. Grant the Stinger. We're kind of fine with Banishing Lights until we hit, like, the most important things to hit. There's a few different things, but alright. All State of Life's Bounty. Protection for Banishing Lights. It doesn't really help a ton here. The only nice thing about this would be helping with Heliod, but I'm not sure if we can actually get in for damage with it without, like, Eutropia. So we go digging for that kind of stuff. To the bottom. Play the Soul Guide Lantern past the turn. Yeah, exile something from the graveyard. Oh, bummer. Pass the turn. Alright, they can win outside of Zenith Flare. They can have us crack this when it's at 20 and still kill us by getting to 20 again or something like that. So, like, we're not out of the woods. This is we have to finish them off, but we have a really good answer. And Drana's Stinger is one of those, which luckily Banishing Light will help with that. And then Heliod just by itself can end up winning the game as well. Okay, down to 15. That's to my turn. Banishing Light. Hit the Stinger, pass the turn. Just gonna lock him out here for a while. Pass the turn. Another Stinger. Good for you, sir. The biggest issue with this deck is that our Elspeth Conqueror's Deaths are like completely dead cards. Kind of. We need to find an Archon of Sun's Grace. If we can find Archon of Sun's Grace, we're in the game. That's not it. Alright, so get rid of lands, because we're apparently finding all of those. I'm not sure if we need more blue mana. We have white and green in hand, right? So, alright. Banishing Light. Getcha. Down to 13. We have to find life gain before too long. Pass the turn. I mean, Heliod can turn anything into a life linker as well, which is really nice. So our Zetessan champions, anything like that that gets bigger, will be great. Now, what do? They're like, okay, we have to find some sort of answer. If we bring out a Zenith Flare for 5, we'll take it. Down to 8. Master. And they're trying to get us to crack the Soul Guide Lantern so they can rebuild. But no, we're just not going to answer to that. Let's go ahead and... Oh, this is 3 to cycle. I was thinking it was 2. Alright, play Heliod. Pass the turn. 3 Devotion. We can play Elspeth Conqueror's Death just to hit in, but I'm not sure how worthwhile that is for us. We need to find ways to gain life. Valiant Rescuer. Okay. That is annoying. Cycles a Flourishing Fox. Interesting. Yeah. Oh man, we can't find an Archon. We've hit so many lands. Like, we actually had the perfect hand for this. We just haven't drawn anything else worthwhile. All Seed of Life's Bounty. Not quite to the Devotion yet. Pass the turn. We can at least block the Valiant Rescuer, though. I think that might be worthwhile enough. Especially with Lurrus coming out. Then we can Elspeth Conqueror's Death the Lurrus. We get to gain some life, put Heliod up to a little bit more. This can bring back Altitude of Life's Bounty. That's the best we've got. So, only 7 cards. 6 that are actually going to hit us with Zenith Flare. Oh man, Zenith Flare for 6. Big deal. Does a lot. I guess we make them start resetting now. So yeah, exile their graveyard. So they can actually let this resolve and then cycle twice so that it at least does 2 points of damage. Alright, that one did nothing though. Plays land out. That's not the right land. They can't actually play the Luris. Oh, okay, okay. Alright, creates another 1/1. That's fine. That's manageable. They have 2 other Zenith Flares to go digging for. But they actually have to find them. It's a lot harder to find number 3 and 4. And we take this, no blocks. We do have ways to actually grow the All-Seated Lice bounty, so that's fine. Pass to my turn. Oh man, our draws have been terrible. If we could draw like anything worthwhile with this would be great. We've only had, what, 5 cards that have done anything? 6? Out of the top. How many cards of our deck? 16? Not enough. Luris. Okay. Nothing to actually replay yet. Potentially the Valiant Rescuer, though. We will block that. Oh, this is getting rough. Footfall Crater is actually really good here. They can give this Trample. Alright, that means they played something from the graveyard. Alright. Trample and Haste, so they can give Luris Haste. Ugh. We're not dead? Okay, good. Alright, block here, we take 6. We go back up a little bit. Down to 2, down to 1, up to 2. Turn around to Heliod. Pass to my turn. There we go. Alright, that's actually a really good draw here. Alright, so All-Seated Lice bounty. Alice with Conqueror's Death. Get the Luris. Luris is gone. Heliod's a 6/6. We survive with him attacking with everything so far. No attacks past the turn. We go to 1, but we survive. Oh man, this is crazy. Alright. Yeah. If they had any creature, Footfall Crater would have won them the game. So we stay alive. We block, we block. Take 2, gain 1, go to 1. Counter onto Heliod. Frogify. That's the worst draw ever. Take it. That's the game. I'm assuming they've got it, right? So, okay, Frogify onto our Heliod, why not? Dang it. The one nice thing about this is that it keeps it as a creature. So like, there actually is a benefit of having Heliod with Frogify. Because then if this does go away, it still stays out as a blocker. But they swing in and they win. So that's cool. Dang it! Oh no! We should win this game. Like, hands down, this should be ours. Yeah, we'll concede. But we just drew so many dead cards there. We had the hand that was beautiful for what they had, and then we just couldn't find anything else off the top. That's fine. We'll go for one more game here. Alright, up against Jihiln. And we'll keep this. Playing first, we don't need, like, we actually want to be holding back with some of our enchantments. I'm hoping that this will go dig for Constellation creature for us. That's kind of the dream. Heliod's not bad either, though. Heliod is not bad either. Alright, so All-Seated Lice bounty. Please don't play anything big. Pass the turn. Heliod, let us actually get some damage in. Life is great. Yes! Alright. Does it work? Heliod. Do they have shock or some way to kill All-Seated Lice bounty? Don't do it. No, it's rude. Coming in. Survive? Yes! Alright. Start growing the also lives bounty. Once it gets even up to 2, it just snowballs out of control. Or the rude. Slow rolled it as long as humanly possible. I don't know why you would wait until then. That's cool, whatever. Beanstalk Giant. Alright, so got Teamer Adventures. Yay for Teamer Adventures. All see the life's bounty. Pass the turn. Oh man. And now we're behind on lands, we're behind on everything. Edgewall Innkeeper, good for yo. Wish this had flash or something, that would be great. Resolve. Lovestruck Beast. Yeah. Pass to my turn. Well, that is a land. Alright, so Vanishing Light gets us a little bit closer to the Heliod coming out and blocking. Frogify could be nice just to get rid of the Edgewall Innkeeper. The ability is the biggest issue with it. But we can probably hit that with Calyx. We can wait another turn. So Vanishing Light, hit the Bone Crusher Giant. Start growing our devotion, pass the turn. The big issue is all the Brazen Borrowers. Vanishing Light, terrible against Brazen Borrower when we don't have land available to give it protection. At least there hasn't been a Lucky Clover yet. That's one nice thing, I suppose. Archon of Sun's Grace. That does turn on Heliod, and it's amazing. Alright. Play it. Yeah, there's a Brazen Borrower. It hit the Archon instead of Vanishing Light, though, which I'm fine with right now. We can take a hit with 5. This is going to be a harder matchup for us. If we had had a good, like, a strong early game, we'd have a shot, but their early game, they don't have Lucky Clover, like everything else they've got going for them. So, that's cool. No blocks. Brazen Borrower actually bounces the Heliod too, so we don't get the value of that. Frogify is interesting here. Alright, just Archon of Sun's Grace again. Pass the turn. Yeah, this is a harder one. Harder matchup for sure. Edgewall Innkeeper, just draw more cards, why don't ya? How did it go so wrong? Oh, this has been brutal. Brazen Borrower, out to play. Do you have the bounce? No, don't do it. Don't do it. Just stomps. Yeah, that means Heliod goes away, which means we're taking so much damage. Yeah, and we take it. Oh, it's so brutal. Down to 12. Edgewall. Okay, so no second Brazen Borrower. No land for the anything good though. Alright, go Calyx.
I am born of Nyx, child of the stars.
Exile. Beanstalk Giant. Under Heliod.
Punishment befitting of the crime.
No attacks. If they have Stomp in hand, we're dead. If they don't, they have to swing in, and Archon can gain enough life and block well enough that they deal 4 here, we gain 3, so yeah, we do survive. Bay of Wishes. Oh man, yeah, just have everything. That's cool. And we'll draw land in all of our last game, but not this one. It's so brutal. I mean, if we'd gotten out the Setessan Champion, like, if we'd had a turn to be able to play that and do some stuff, it would have been nice. But they just were so explosive here. We were stuck on lands for too long. How it goes. Red Cap Melee. Nice. Alright. Red Cap Melee from the sideboard. That's a card I didn't expect. Good game. I'll let them hit in. Never mind, if they're gonna take time. And they have the stomp. Really? Alright, so there you guys have it with Bant Enchantments, and I didn't play as many games as I normally do here, but I played as long as I typically do. We just happened to have one insane game to begin it with. 2 games that ended a little bit poorly, unfortunately, and I think that they had the good decks. Cycling, we ran into the 3 best decks in Standard, basically. The only other one is probably Bant Ramp or whatever, which with the mana base right now, Simic might just be the better way to go. It has all the pieces that you need. So I'm not sure if going into Bant just for Shadow the Skies or else with Conqueror's Death is worthwhile, especially when you're not having to deal with it that much when cycling and team adventures anyway. So I really don't know what's the best decks out there. I know that we did hang with them, and I feel like we had answers for every situation that they were in. We just couldn't get the ball rolling on some of them. Just didn't quite work out. Maybe it is going for more Omen of the Seas over Frogify. I do think that was... honestly, I just kind of forgot about Omen of the Sea when I was building it. And then at the beginning of the deck, I didn't want to like change things up too much, but Frogify is good. It was meh in a lot of situations though. So Omen of the Sea, I think, would just help fill everything out, make sure we're drawing our cards, making sure that we actually are getting our land drops, everything like that. So that's my biggest thing. Omen of the Sea definitely needs to come into the deck. Maybe just drop Frogify altogether. With Banishing Light, Calyx, and also Conqueror's Death, it should be enough removal. The one Warrior's Blessing, the one turn we actually got it was actually really nice to play. So I think that it's okay. Setessan Training might be better. Anyway, this is the deck. I hope you guys enjoy overall. It's a fun one. It's a blast to play. Really enjoy these spicy, different type of builds. This is definitely not fine-tuned. I played like a couple games to test it out with, and I think those ones went really well beforehand. And the ones here are good as well. Quick reminder, if you guys want to check out our deck here, or sorry, MTG Assistant, which is down in the description below. If you guys download it for free, it is a way to help support the channel. It's a great assistant tool for some of the decks that are available. All the standard 2021 decks don't quite work with it just yet. They will work once we get into the past rotation, that kind of stuff. But the nice thing is that you get to kind of look at all of your plays, all your decks that you had with it. You can kind of see your win rate, your loss rate, all that kind of stuff. So just kind of see how it does overall, and it's just fun. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.